Okay, so again, just take a moment, make your way onto the ground, and have your feet plant on the ground and knees point up towards the sky, okay? And feet can be hip distance apart, they can be a little bit wider, just whatever feels good on your back. And just pause here for a moment, just noticing any sensation in your spine, in your head, neck, and shoulders, maybe even in your feet. Okay. Maybe just like kind of notice where there's space from the natural curvature of your spine. Okay. Or curves may not be as dramatic, right? But there's still like the, that anterior, posterior curvature of your spine, even when you're on your, even when you're lying on your back. Okay. We're gonna take our hands and we're gonna place them on our pelvis and really emphasizing on pressing into the pubic bone. Okay, so we wanna add like some weight into the pelvis area and just notice how, how this feels here. We're just gonna hold here. And of course, at any point, something doesn't feel comfortable or it's too much sensation, you can just relax your arms down. But we're gonna add just a little bit of weightedness through our pelvis here. So pressing into your pubic bone. And then naturally, when I press into my pubic bone, I'm actually pressing into my hip, like my little pointy hip bones as well too. Okay, so again, it's kind of like distributing the weight evenly through my pelvis. And close your eyes if you can. Take some deep breaths just in through your nose, maybe out through your mouth. And then just let your breath be. Don't worry about making it rhythmic or elongating the inhale and the exhale. Just let your breath just be its natural rhythm, natural pace. Maybe you exhale out through your mouth a few times. Maybe you start to breathe in and out through your nose. Okay. And relax. Right? Just try to relax. Feel the heaviness of your bones and your structure just holding you up here on the ground. And then maybe just notice if you're like really pressing really like a lot into your pelvis, see if you can just relax your hands and relax your arms, still keeping your hands connected, to your pubic bone and your pelvis. Just notice how with just a little bit of like natural weight, how that feels versus like pressing down like really hard, okay? It's just like the natural weight of your hands and your bones all coming together. Okay, good. All right, and then gently just start to move your arms into cactus arms. Okay. Then we'll just do little window wipers here, just shifting the knees, the feet, and the hips just side to side. And again, this can be small, this can be big, it can be fast or slow, whatever feels right in your body. Okay, good. All right, and then let your knees point up towards the sky. And then just take your right knee into your chest. You can use your hands and we'll extend the left leg out long. And again, only if that feels okay. And we'll just, kind of guide our knee and our hip around, just making some circles here. About 5 circles in one direction. And then we'll do 5 in the opposite direction. Good. And then we're going to take that right knee across to the left. We're just going to twist right away, okay? Ooh, Whew, I know I'm feeling like super stiff. So when you're twisting, don't worry too much about the knee touching the ground. Okay, it's really about like letting the chest open. And then, even if your knee's not touching anything, kind of let it hang so you get this nice little stretch here in the outer right hip. And just breathe. Okay, staying here, or if you'd like, you can bend your left leg, the leg that's straight. You can bend it and catch it with your right hand if you like, just adding a little bit of a quad stretch. And again, this can be gentle, does not have to be the most extreme stretch. And again, we want to hold this a little bit longer. So any adjustments you need to take, really think about grounding your shoulder blades and shoulders into the mat. Good, just breathe. And then slowly just release your foot. We'll make our way back to the center, nice and slow. And then we'll just switch out our legs. Left knee into your chest. Give it a nice little hug. Extend the right leg long if that feels good. And then 5 little circles here. Good. Circling the hip. And reversing the circle when you're ready. And then gently coming into that twist. Left knee comes across to the right. Good. And again, really focus on keeping your shoulders grounded versus, rolling actually over to the right. Right. Your knee can hang a little bit, or you can always place a block or pillow under the knee if that feels good. And then we'll just stay here twisting. Letting things slowly start to open up. Shifting around, making space. Right. I was mentioning earlier, like in the summertime, we feel more active and, it's easier to have like an active flow, but it's so hot that I actually feel really stuck and more stiff than usual. So, taking the time to, kind of stretch it out or pausing for a moment to kind of open up some pathways and some energy is always good to do in our practice also. Okay, so straight leg can stay straight or you can bend it. It's just like a gentle quad stretch. If you want to grab your foot, awesome. If you don't, that's fine. Just stay in the twist. Feels just as delightful and good. And just breathe. And then gently releasing your foot, making your way back to the center. Okay, then planting both your feet under the ground. Just pause for a moment. Let's do little window wipers here again, just kind of to kind of make it kind of like our little sequence here, kind of passing through from each posture, cleaning out the hips a little bit. Good. Knees point up towards the sky. Fold the knees in towards your chest. And then we're going to take the knees together and circle them around just like 3 times in one direction. And then we'll do 3 in the opposite direction. Good. Then we'll take the knees and we'll separate them, circling them away from each other. Good. Yeah, and again, I'm kind of changing the numbers up here a little bit from like 3 circles. You can always do more. Okay, awesome. And then feet plant down, back down towards the ground. Right ankle crosses up and over the left knee. Okay. And then just take your right hand and press it into your right thigh bone. Okay, and just find this like energetic press. Notice what your hips want to do. Okay, I was noticing this earlier when I was practicing. When I press my right femur bone down or away, my right hip sometimes tends to kind of like torque a little bit and kind of lower. So you can keep your right hip bone in line with your left. So your hips stay really stable and you're just pressing the thigh bone away, not the hips, okay? The hips have so much movement and motion, you kind of swivel around a little bit. Okay, good. You can stay here, or you can fold the knees, legs into your chest, interlace your hands around the left hamstring. Good. And again, I've been playing with angles a little bit. So I'm going to take this side, my right side, I'm going to lean a little bit more to the left. Okay. I still have weight on my right, back hip area, my right sacrum, right? But I'm leaning just a pinch more over to the left. Okay, I can change up the angle too. So if you want to see, it's pretty small. So here it's just folded normal, and then this is me just adjusting to the left just a little bit. Okay, yeah, and again, whatever feels right in your body. Okay, maybe the angles, maybe you're tighter in a different angle, so you don't kind of stay there. Breathe. Yeah. Yes. Awesome. Okay, good. Let's come back to the center. We'll release our hands, our legs down, and we'll switch sides right away. Left ankle over the right knee. And then again, energetically with your left hand, press your left femur bone away. And then just notice, your hips, did they stay in line? If you had a belt across your hips, is it still in the straight line? Is it going diagonal? Can you just move the femur bone away? Still stabilize through the right side and the left. Good. And then when you're ready, folding your hips, legs in. Good. Interlacing your hands around the right hamstring. And then again, if you want to do that slight little angle change, you're going to lean just a little bit to the right, still maintaining groundedness through the left side. And just breathe. And I've noticed my days have turned into one day I'm so active, I'm like literally working out, or feels like what I'm working out or rehearsing or taking class for like 6 hours. And then the next day I'm literally sitting on a plane for like 10 hours. Okay, so like my schedule is kind of crazy as far as like activity wise. It goes from like super active to not active. But I'm still noticing, even when I'm sitting, right, like my hips still get really tight, my low back gets tight, my hamstrings. So even if you're really active walking, or if you are sitting, you still get really tight. So it's important for us to kind of move, again, these pathways around, create space in our body. Okay, good. Let's come back to the center, gently release the hands and the feet down. Okay, good. And then we'll window wiper again. Again, just kind of piecing it together with our window wipers. Awesome. Ooh, I got a crack in the hip. Okay, good. Knees point back up towards the sky. Okay, good. And then this time we're going to fold the right knee into the chest. We're going to grab behind the hamstring. Okay. So notice what it feels like to hug your right knee into your chest. Okay. And I'm going to extend the left leg long. And then now I'm going to press my leg away from my chest. So I'm going to, bring my knee over my hip. And then I'm going to press my hamstring into my hands into the back of my leg. So if I was really using force with my leg, it'd pick me up and lift me up off the mat, but we're going to keep this resistance as we press the leg into the hands, and again, the hands into the leg, and we find this resistance here. And you can relax your knee even more, like your ankle and your foot. And we just have a little traction work here, helping with the traps and the neck. Also, feels really good on like my low back as well. Okay, good. And then just release that foot down. And then we're going to switch sides. Left knee into the chest. We'll grab behind the hamstring. Right leg out long. Okay, so again, relaxed is hugged into your chest. And then we want to really activate and press the left leg away so your knees really stacked over your hip. And then we're pressing so much that pulls our shoulders forward a little bit. We're going to keep them nice and heavy. And you can relax your knee and your foot. I kind of like to keep it in tabletop, but just relax it, okay? Because I want it to be less about the shape, okay? And more about this feeling of traction. Whew. This feels so good on my back, chest, my shoulders. Good, and then lower your foot down. Good, and then you'll plant both feet down onto the ground. Arms down by your side. We'll move into bridge pose. Inhaling, lift your hips up towards the sky. And then make any adjustments you need to. Walk your shoulders underneath you. Maybe interlace your hands behind your back. Feel your chest open up. Grounding through your big toe, your pinky toe, the whole heel. Maybe your arches feel lifted on the inside and the outside. Release the hands and lower the hips back down towards the earth. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. Palms are going to face each other, okay? And of course, you can always go back to arms down, okay? So lifting the hips up, coming to bridge pose here with the arms up towards the sky. Good. Keep rolling the shoulders back. Nice open chest. Space, you know, chin to chest. Make sure your chin doesn't get crunched up into your chest. Rounding through your feet. And then exhaling, lowering the hips down, keeping the arms up. And then one more time, just like that. Inhaling, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Pressing into your shoulder blades, grounding through your feet. Good, and then exhaling, lowering your hips back down. Arms can lower down too. Okay, good. This time we're gonna hold our bridge pose and just do a little leg series, okay? Inhaling, hips lift up towards the sky. Okay, and of course, if you wanna make this harder, you can reach your arms up towards the ceiling, okay? I'm gonna keep my hands down, okay, my arms down. Right leg reaches up towards the sky, okay? And then we're just gonna do a little bicycle, okay? So you're gonna ride your bike with one leg, just the normal way, ride the bike. Pedal just 3 times, straightening and bending. And then we're gonna reverse, going backwards. You're gonna bend the knee, straighten the leg, up towards the sky, bend the knee. Okay, just a little bicycle backwards 3 times, leg lifts up. And then lower down, and we're gonna switch sides, okay? Left leg up towards the sky. Going for a bicycle ride on the left side. So just 3 times, pedaling 1, extending out 2, and 3, reach up, keep the hips lifted, reverse the bicycle pedal, bending and straightening up towards the sky. Last one, bending, straightening up towards the sky. Ground your left foot, lower your hips down, window wipers, back and forth, nice and gentle, nice work. Good. Knees into the chest, give yourself a nice big hug. Rocking from side to side, adding any circles you'd like. Okay, great. Okay, ground your feet back down. Right knee into the chest. Again, grab behind the right hamstring. Left leg extends out. And again, that same thing that we did earlier. We want to press the right knee over the hips. You want to, straighten your arms out, find a little bit of resistance. And then we'll straighten the right leg. And then we're just going to flex and point through the ankle. So again, it's not like a huge hamstring stretch, just depending on how tight or open your hamstrings are. Make it all about the ankle right now, okay? So we're just flexing and pointing the foot. Straighten the leg as best as you can. Good. And again, not worrying about coming to your face. You want your legs stacked over your hip. Okay, good. Let's circle the ankle a few times. 2. I'm going to do 5 circles. Good. And then reversing. Awesome. Okay, good. And then slowly lower that right leg down. And then we'll do the left side, okay? Left knee in, grab behind the hamstring and really press the left leg away. Okay, find that resistance. Extend the leg as best as you can. And just flexing and pointing through the left foot. Okay, my hamstrings are pretty tight, but I'm actually really feeling this in my calf and a little bit behind the knee. Okay. And then we'll circle the ankle about 5 times in each direction. Good. And then reversing the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Lowering the left leg all the way down. Good. Knees back into your chest. And then we're just going to, rock and roll, or you can roll over onto your side just to come up to a seated position, okay? Woo! Woo, a lot of grounded work, okay? But hopefully we found like we found a little bit of space, okay? Good. Okay, good. Right, let's do, actually, let's switch it up, okay? Left leg in front. Sitting in easy pose, sitting nice and up tall, up and nice and long and tall here. Okay, let's circle the head just in one direction. Again, just nice and slow, spinning anytime you need to in areas that feel tight. And then when you're ready, you can reverse. Just noticing any crinkling or cracking. Okay, good. And then all we're gonna do, once you feel, like you've had enough circles, we're just going to fold forward over this left leg that's crossed in front. Okay, so gently just fold forward. Dropping your head, making it heavy. Okay, and this doesn't have to be, again, about how far down you go. If you want to kind of ease off a little bit and kind of lift up and really round your spine, you can get a nice, upper back release by just lifting up a little bit more than just like trying to fold forward. You can, again, find like a little resistance in your hands, belly button to your spine, drop your head, drop your shoulders. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, slowly come back up to seated. Arms are going to reach up over your head. Okay, I'm going to interlace my hands and just place them behind my head, elbows out nice and wide. Okay, I'm just going to lean to the right and lean to the left, little side bend. Come back to the center and then twisting to the right. Good. Come back to the center, twist to the left. Good. Come back to the center. Reach your palms up towards the sky. So you're just going to keep your hands interlaced. Just flip your palms. Reach them up towards the sky. Good. Release your hands. Interlace your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders. Lift your chest and your heart. Okay. I'm actually going to place my hands down. So I'm going to flip my palms again. I'm going to place my hands down and lift up. Just for a little back bend. But again, you can release your hands beyond your fingertips. You don't even have to do that. You can just stay in the bind. Okay, good. Okay, exhale, release. Switch the cross of your legs. Okay, same thing, little head neck circles. Okay, maybe notice like, oh, with this leg crossed in front, does your neck feel different? I actually feel like it's a little tighter on the left shoulder with the right leg in front. I don't know why, but reverse the circle. Do you still have the same cracking and popping? Maybe that changed a little bit too. Second round. Okay, good. And then again, once you feel like you kind of had enough of your head circles, we're just going to fold forward, just nice and gentle here. Good. And again, a couple different ways to stretch, right? You can really go for it, reach forward, fold in half, or you can find resistance around your spine, drop your head, and then maybe get a little upper back release. You can go back and forth in between, just feeling what's right for your body. Inhaling in, exhaling, rising up, good. And then same little flow, arms reach up over your head, interlacing your hands, hands behind your head. And then just little side bend tilts, right? You gotta really anchor your hips here when you side bend in this way. Other side, good, rising up and twisting now. Woo, good, and then twisting the other direction. Coming back to the center, pressing those palms up towards the sky, keeping the hands interlaced. Yes, good. Drop the shoulders down. Releasing the hands, interlacing the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest. And again, you can place your hands down if you'd like. Just feel your chest expand, your shoulders open. Good. Exhaling, release. Bringing the soles of your feet together, knees out nice and wide. Okay, a little Baddha Konasana action here. Okay, and I think I'm going to kind of keep it a little bit tighter. I'm not going super tight, like my hips towards my heels, but I've got a nice little diamond shape here. It's not super wide, okay? You can play with this as well too, okay? So sit up nice and tall. Press your feet in towards one another, okay? So get your big toes to touch, your heels, feel that action of your feet pressing in. And then all we're gonna do is just reach forward, okay? And we're going to hold this here, relaxing, releasing, softening. Keep pressing your feet into each other, okay? So try not to let them relax. I want them to press in for this hold here. Okay. Just breathe, relax, soften. Notice as we hold here a little bit longer, maybe the stretch starts to feel different. Is it changing? Is it staying the same? Notice your breath, notice your breathing. Let's stay for about 3 more deep breaths. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Last one. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Slowly rising up to come back up to seated. Okay, good. Hands rise up, interlacing the hands behind the head again. Okay, and we're just gonna side bend again, just from right to left or left to right, doesn't matter. Okay, just side bending, just nice and small, right? It's a little bit more controlled. Good, and then twisting. Oh, my twist is like not as deep as I want it to be, that's okay. And then we'll go the other way. Feeling nice and anchored through our hips. Good, coming back to the center. Good, release the arms down. Good, let's keep this left hand down. Let's come into a nice big side body stretch using the arms. So now we can go a little bit deeper, right? We still want to keep our hips anchored into the mat. Good. Yeah, feel that difference. Okay, good. We'll switch sides. Woo. Ooh, this side's tight. Rising back up. Okay, good. From here, we're going to keep this left knee bent, okay? And I'm just going to cross it behind my right leg. And I'm going to take my right leg and just pick it up over my left, okay? So I'm kind of sitting like a little cross pretzel-y, okay? At any point, this doesn't feel good, the bottom leg, the left leg can always straighten, okay? But we're going to have it tucked under now, okay? We're going to twist towards the right leg, okay? Left arm can reach across, right hand reaches back, and then twisting towards the right. Awesome. And again, you can always bring your elbow towards your knee as well if that feels good on your shoulders. Just breathe here. Twisting, using our arms to help assist us, right? We always go a little bit deeper. Good. Stay for the inhale. Exhaling, look forward. Okay. We're going to stack our knees. So you just got to walk that right foot a little bit to the left so knees can soften. Sitting up nice and tall. Good. Staying here. Drop the left ear to left shoulder. Keep rooting your fingertips down towards the ground so you find a little bit more length. Good. Right ear to right shoulder. Head back in line with your spine, and then we'll gently start to fold forward again if that feels okay. And it can, you know, a little bit goes a long way, so you don't have to go all the way forward. You can stay upright. Okay, you can soften your head down if that feels good. Good, and just breathe. Okay, and this is a, you know, I know this is a big hip opener, even though, you know, we did figure 4 glute stretch, right? But now we're seated, we've got like gravity working with us here or working against us, okay, however you want to view it. Okay, a little bit different shape of the legs, right? Remember I was talking about those angles, like doing different angles can change what part of the glutes you're stretching, what part of the hip we're using or activating. More deep breaths here. Great, and then we're going to slowly just rise back up, nice and slow. And we're just going to switch crossing our legs and go the other way. Okay, you can be fancy if you want to and switcheroo. Okay, right knee is bent, left foot just crosses over the right leg. And we'll start with a twist. Right arm can reach across to hug your left knee. And then root down through your sit bones. Left hand reaches back to twist towards the left. Trying to sit up nice and tall. You can even do a little check, just double check, see if you can lift your left fingertips up. So you're not leaning into the left hand. So you're really staying right on top of those sit bones. And breathe. Good, stay for the inhale. Exhaling, slowly look forward to release. Okay, and we're gonna stack the knees. So left foot's gotta walk over just a little bit to make some room for your hips. Good, then we're just gonna, again, we're gonna add that little side neck stretch. Okay, right ear, right shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. Good, this time let's drop our chin to our shoulder. And then do a little half circle. So chin towards your chest. And then we'll bring our left ear, left shoulder. So kind of just like a little half circle. Good. And then let's just do that a couple more times. Okay, so left chin, chin towards your left shoulder. And then just like kind of semi-circle around over to the right. Woo! Right ear, right shoulder. And then we'll just do that one more time to the other side, and we'll make sure we get nice and even, that we do that left side too. Oh my gosh, I'm so tight in that little half circle. Good. Okay, one more time. Left chin towards your left shoulder. Coming up over to the right. And then head in line with your spine. We'll fold forward. We learn all these things in our yoga practice. We have two chins, I guess. Left chin and right chin. Right? Chin and shin, right? Good. And just breathe here. Making space, creating space in your body, right? By holding poses, by connecting with our breath, letting go of things that are no longer serving us, right? And that can even just be, you got an email that set you off and put you in a bad mood. Like, here's your chance to let that go, right? Be present, be here now, be with your body. Awesome, you guys. Okay, let's slowly rise back up, nice and slow. Let's unwind our legs, straighten them out in front of us, and just give them a nice little shake. Okay, good. Legs can be together, or they can be, a little wider, okay? Legs nice and straight, as can be. Toes, feet flexed, okay? Arms reach up towards the sky, and I'm just gonna hold forward. And then instead of grabbing the tops of your feet, see if you can grab the pinky edge of your foot, so you can really pull the side of your foot back towards you, if you can grab your feet, okay? Or again, you can use a strap here, and again, the strap will help to bring that pinky toe side back. Okay. I'm just hanging out here in this forward fold. So let's say for about 3 more deep breaths. Okay, good. And then gently again, roll up, rise up. Okay, we'll bend our legs and we'll make our way into tabletop. Okay. So again, you know, I don't have planned like any vinyasas today. And I think I only have like this downward dog, which I think I might add another one in just because of going into pigeon pose. Okay. So feel free if you want to like throw in some vinyasas, go for it. Okay. Listen to your body, you know, listen to what you need. Okay. So let's just do just a few cat and cows here. And again, in the spirit of, you know, that you're not doing any vinyasas, you can think of all of this as, you know, your flow. We're always creating energy and space. We don't have to do like, you know, 20 push-ups to feel all of that strength. Okay. So maybe you know, set yourself up really mindfully here that you're really activating your arms and your core in tabletop, just like you would if you were in like full plank, right? You can use all of those muscles and strength, that energy pressing out of the floor. Okay. And then let's go ahead and move into downward dog when you're ready. Okay. Take your time. Good. And then again, feel free to pedal your feet out. Sway your hips from side to side. Okay. Move in a way that feels good here in your downward dog. Okay. I want this to be really playful. Okay, good. Stay for about 3 more deep breaths. Bending your knees, walking your hands back towards your feet. Coming into a standing forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. And then from here, rise up to come up to standing. Arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, nice big forward fold. Good. Good. And then from here, if you want to grab onto opposite elbows, if you want to grab behind the ankles, grab opposite wrists. Okay, whatever feels good here. We're going to hang out here in this forward fold. And again, you know, feel free to sway around, move around. That's totally fine. Oh. Good. And keep thinking about pressing your weight towards the balls of your feet, towards your toes. Okay, so we're not, you know, leaning back into our heels or jamming into our joints in any way. Okay, release whatever hand bind you're in. Okay, we'll lift up halfway again. Okay, and from our halfway lift, we're just going to rise up. So up to standing, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, here's our our third forward fold. Arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Okay, good. This time, again, any arm option is totally fine. If you'd like, we're gonna slide our hands under our feet. Okay, so we add a little bit of like a little calf stretch. Okay, toes are all the way up towards your wrist crease. So you can even give yourself a little hand massage here. Pressing your toes into the heel of your hand, folding forward. And again, legs do not have to be straight. You can have a micro bend. That's fine. Good. Breathing here. Nice breath. Woo. Little elevation of the feet goes a long way in the hamstrings. Okay, good. Gently remove one hand at a time. We'll lift up halfway. Let's fold forward. Okay, just so we kind of reground through our feet. Good. Inhaling, lift up halfway. And then again, just rise up to come up to standing. Arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, good. Left leg is going to step forward from here. We're just going to come into high lunge, okay? So it does not have to be perfect or pretty, okay? If high lunge is not working for you today, you can always come into warrior one. You can always ground that right heel down, okay? We're just gonna reach our arms up over our head. Good, right arm's gonna reach forward, okay? So we feel like the squareness of our shoulders. This really helps kind of plug this right leg in, feeling stable here with the right arm forward, left arm up. Good, both arms reach up over your head. Warrior two, we're gonna ground the right heel, gently open up, okay? And I'm just adjusting a little bit because my stance is like a little wide. Coming into warrior two. Good. And again, it doesn't have to be the deepest warrior two, it's just all about the hips, right? Straighten the left leg, turn the left toes forward, so toes are in line. Exhaling, fold forward, forward fold. Woo, more hamstrings. Good. Hands under the shoulders. Good, and again, really think about pressing forward towards the balls of your feet. Good. Let's lift up halfway. Okay, whatever arm, it doesn't matter because we'll switch sides. Cross one arm in front of the other. And then fold forward to maybe grab like your shins or opposite ankles, okay? Or, you know, up, you may even have to grab up higher towards your quads. That's fine too. Just up, anywhere above or below your knee, okay? Good, release your hands. We'll lift up. We'll switch the cross of our arms, okay? Cross your arms, reach for the opposite. Again, legs. Again, you can reach up high. You can reach down low. Good. Just playing with some different arm positions here. And release your arms down, lift up halfway. Arms reach out nice and wide, come all the way up to standing. And then we're just gonna switch to the other side. Right foot turns forward. We're gonna come into high lunge on the right side. And again, this does not have to be like your longest, deepest stance, okay? We're just doing this just for stability of the hips and kind of moving, you know, from internal rotation, external rotation. The left arm reaches forward, right arm up towards the sky. See if you can plug your ribs in a little bit more. Feeling this balance. Good. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Warrior two, left heel grounds, opening up the hips. Arms out nice and wide. Good. Right leg straightens, right toes turn in. Exhale, fold forward. Again, wide leg forward fold. Inhaling, lift up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lift up halfway. Arms out nice and wide. Press into your feet to come all the way up to standing. From here, we're just going to turn our heels in, toes out. Okay, right star pose. We're going to bend the knees, hands lower down on top of the quads here. And we're just going to get low here in our stretch, okay? Yeah, good. You can, you know, bop around if you want to. And then, you know, I don't really care if your shoulders are up or down. I just want this to feel good. I sometimes feel good. It feels better for me with my shoulders up by my ears. Good. You can kind of play a little bit. Okay, good. All right. Okay, let's straighten the legs. Hands at your heart center. Okay, roll the shoulders back. We're going to bend the knees again. Okay, just lower down just a little bit. Okay, we're just going to do one circle on each side with the hands at our heart center, okay? So let's just lean over to the left, gently circle around, okay, with your hands at your heart center, knees are bent, circle to the right, come back to the center, circle to the right, circle around nice and slow, to the left, come back to the center, straighten the legs, take a break, arms can reach out. Good. Let's go ahead and bring our hands back onto the tops of our legs again, okay? Just kind of give ourselves a little bit of a break here. Good. Okay, good. Let's dip one shoulder in towards the center and then dip other shoulder in. Just go back and forth just a few times. Okay, good. We're going to do that same little circle series, okay? Hands can be at your heart center. Okay, straighten the legs, let's take a break, okay? Hands can be at your heart center. We're just gonna circle around one more time each side, or you can clasp your thumbs and have your arms up over your head. Yogi's choice, okay? So we're gonna bend the knees and then just circle around in one direction, just one on each side. Nothing too crazy, okay? Switching, reversing the circle, and again, hands to get your heart center or up over your head, does not matter. Good, straighten the legs, turn the toes in, arms out nice and wide, fold forward, forward fold. Whew. Good. Okay, we're going to slow motion heel toe our feet in, okay? So turn your heels in, right? So your toes are out, fold forward here, okay? Nice little hamstring stretch. Again, different angle with the toes turned out, that external rotation. Good, lift up about halfway. Turn the toes forward, right? So you're parallel. Fold forward here. Notice how the stretch feels different, or maybe it feels the same. Good, lift up about halfway. Turn the heels in, toes out. Fold forward again here. Awesome. Good, and then slowly just start to bring your feet back together to touch. Bend your knees, slowly roll up to come up to standing, nice and slow. Okay, and then before we get into pigeon pose, I just want to do one balancing thing. I just want us to do tree pose, okay? So go ahead and ground through your left foot, okay? Right knee is going to lift up towards the sky, just like single leg mountain pose. Okay, so just right leg lifts, it can be low. Okay, and with it floating here, we're going to turn the right knee out to the right. Good. And then slowly just let your right foot land anywhere on your left leg. You can also place it there. Okay, good. Balancing in your tree. Just breathe. Any arm position you want to take, feel free to play. Challenge yourself, right? Let your tree pose, let it be fun. Good, and then we're gonna ground that right foot back down. You can shake your legs out if you need to. Good, and then we're gonna go to the second side. Okay, stand on one leg, that right leg. Left knee just floats up. Single leg mountain pose here at first. Good, let the left knee just float to the left. Oh, good, and then let your tree pose just land wherever it needs to. Take your time, find your balance, play, right? Your foot is wobbling, that's good. It's tracking, it's finding that stability, that strength. Good, and then gently lower that left foot down. Shake your legs out. Okay, really nice work, everyone, okay? We're gonna make our way into downward dog your way, okay? All right, and we know what's next. We're getting into our pigeon, more hippie stuff, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do that right leg first, okay? So right knee towards your right wrist. Lower that back leg, reach it back. And right away, we're just gonna fold into our pigeon. And again, you're more than welcome to use any props, blocks, pillows here, okay? You're more than welcome to do all of that. Just breathe. Soften. then this is like our third really big hip stretch, okay? And, as we've progressed in our practice, notice, just take note, like, how did figure 4 feel? How did our seated, pigeon pose feel? How is this pigeon feeling? Okay. They all feel different. I feel tight in every single one of them. But I can feel, how the different angles can kind of open up different parts of my hip. And that's why I feel tight in each one. It's hitting a different part of my glute, my rotators. Okay, we're gonna stay for 1 more minute. Okay. Just breathe. Know that you can ease out of this. You can always walk your hand under your shoulders. Not have to stay still. Nice full breath. Slowly start to walk your hands in under your shoulders. Okay. We're going to make our way back into that downward dog. And we're going to hold downward dog for about 5 deep breaths. Okay. So again, just take your time. Your downward dog can be a long stance, a short stance. Okay. Does not matter. Good. And our 5 breaths will start now. Okay. So again, that gives you enough time if you want to vinyasa a couple times, maybe, or just throw in anything, back bending, more than welcome to. All right, left leg for pigeon, left knee towards your left wrist. Good, helping and walking that right leg back. Good, and then slowly just right away we'll come into our sleeping pigeon, okay, once you feel ready. Right. Yeah, take your time, starting all over again, observing this left side. How did figure 4 feel? How did our seated, I guess it's kind of like a seated double log pose, pretzel pose. And then how does this pigeon feel on this left side, right? Feeling the same, feeling different. Maybe you're feeling it in different areas. Really start to connect your breath. Noticing that with each breath that you take, you can fill up. And on each exhale, empty out. Start to create more space by filling back up again. Finding ways to soften. Finding ways that you need to energize, right? So we're not always relying on flexibility, right? You might have to, find a little bit of resistance to help you feel a deeper stretch. All right, last minute. You got this. Use your breath. Listen to your body. What is it asking for? What does it need? Maybe completely different than what you did on the first side, and honor that. Okay, awesome. Slowly start to walk your hands back under your shoulders. Stand up nice and tall. Okay, good. From here, we're gonna make our way onto our stomachs. Okay, so again, however you wanna come out of this, we're just gonna make our way onto our tummies. If you wanna, again, if you wanna vinyasa, that's fine. Okay, good. Okay, and we're just gonna do just really small, just back bending, just because I really feel like I need to do that. Okay, all right, so let's come up into Sphinx pose, okay? Elbows and forearms down. Good, and then press down and lift up. Legs can, be apart together, whatever feels good on your back, okay? Good, and then just stay here. Okay, and then we're just gonna do like 3 back bends, okay? So you can always stay here in Sphinx pose. Okay, we're gonna lower down, we're gonna progressively just get a little bit higher. We're gonna lower down, we're gonna bring our hands under our shoulders, elbows point up towards the sky, okay? And again, my hands are, they're maybe a little slightly below my shoulders. Okay, we're gonna roll the shoulders, lift the head and the neck up. And again, you can stay in this low cobra, or you can press into the hands to slowly start to straighten your arms a little bit, or a lot. Okay, we'll hang out here in whatever height of cobra you'd like to be in, okay? Okay, let's just stay for 2 more deep breaths. Just inhaling in, exhaling out. Good, inhaling in, exhaling out. Slowly lower down, nice and slow. Okay, good. Again, Sphinx pose, cobra in any way, or we're gonna bring our arms down by our sides. We're gonna interlace our hands behind our back. Okay, roll the shoulders, lift the chest, arms, the head up off the mat. Staying here, or if you want to add the legs in by lifting the legs up. And we're gonna hold here for 3 deep breaths. Keep lifting up through the chest. 1 more breath. Exhaling, slowly release all the way back down. Whew. Okay, and then we're just gonna flip over onto our backs. Okay. Nice gentle flip, pancake flip. Good. And let's go ahead and just hug our knees into our chest. And we'll do those same little circles with the knees together, just circling around, just stirring up the pot. Okay, and then we'll stir our bowl of soup on the other side. And then we'll take the legs and separate them, circling the knees in opposite direction. And again, you do not have to use your hands for this if that feels good to you. Okay, reversing the circle. Good. And when you're ready, we'll come into happy baby pose. And again, your version of happy baby pose, you can grab behind the knees, the ankles, the outer edges of your feet, or if you'd like, you can even hook your big toes as well. Okay, and then you kind of, if you want to play with little check marks, extending one leg out and the other. We did a ton of wide leg forward folds, so kind of opening your legs out nice and wide should feel pretty good, and that you're ready for that. Okay, great. Then when you're ready, just go ahead and extend your legs out nice and long, coming into Shavasana. Okay. Letting yourself realign, reset. Let your legs be heavy. Arms can either be touching, your ribs, your abdominals. Okay, our arms can be out to the sides. Good. Just allow yourself to breathe in the benefits of your practice. Let your face soften. Your brow line relax. Your jaw. And I know we're not going to stay here super long, but just take a moment to just notice the heaviness and the weightedness, again, of your structure, your bones, your skeleton. Okay. How you're placed on the mat, how the mat's holding you up, how your bones are holding you up. Notice where there's space. Notice where there's grounding. Notice any sensation. And then slowly just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Shift your head from side to side. And again, all just, moving in a gentle way. Stretching your arms up over your head when you're ready. Gathering your knees into your chest and making your way onto your side. And then use your arms and your legs to help you come up to a seated position. Yeah, you can sit in that cross-legged position or even in, your butterfly, Baddha Konasana, that's fine, okay. Good, then just join your palms together at your heart center, roll the shoulders back. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose, big exhale out through your mouth. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste.